From Kate and Anthony's newborn to Daphne and Simon's all-grown-up child, aka the new Duke of Hastings, and even a new member in the Featherington family, here are the babies that we're gonna welcome in the third, much-anticipated season of Bridgerton. Let's start off with this quite important question: will Kate and Anthony have a baby in season 3?
From the moment I saw you riding alone in that park, it was obvious the rules are meaningless to you.
You and your rules.
Well, it looks like it's time for viewers to meet the new generation of Bridgerton characters. I know what you're thinking. It's way too soon. Well, we thought the same until Simone Ashley, the incredibly talented actress who led the second installment along with her on-screen love interest Jonathan Bailey, decided to share her hopes for the third installment. She talked about Kate and Anthony's future, and she had some really exciting things to share. As you already know, the Regency-era story is based on Julia Quinn's novels. The first season focused on the events of the 2000 novel, The Duke and I. Ever since season 1 dropped on Netflix, which was in 2020, the world was taken by storm, with more and more viewers getting addicted to the incredible story, followed by the even more amazing plot twists, and of course, the absolutely beautiful cast ensemble, which includes a lot of diversity. Season 2 then continued the story, focusing on Lord Anthony Bridgerton and a pair of sisters, which led to him being involved in one of the most intense love triangles in the entire history of cinema. But what about the rest of the Bridgerton family? Who marries whom? Well, let's dive into some major spoilers for Netflix's Bridgerton and Julia Quinn's Bridgerton novels.
But I will humble myself before you because I cannot imagine my life without you.
Maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't, but hopefully it will, Simone Ashley said when asked about Kate and Anthony's future and a potential baby. In an interview with IMDb, Ashley talked about the couple's uncertain future. Here's what she had to say: "I'm excited to see Kate become Viscountess and head of the household. I think she has much to learn from Anthony. They'll be two little partners doing it together. I'd love to see them have a baby." To put it simply, she added, "Maybe that will happen, maybe it won't, but hopefully it will." Kate and Anthony were the lead couple of a very intense love story in the second installment of the show, but they won't lead the third season. You have no reason to worry about. Both Jonathan and Ashley are confirmed to return and reprise their roles in the upcoming episodes. In author Julia Quinn's Bridgerton book series, Kate and Anthony welcome 4 children: Edmund, Miles, Charlotte, and Mary. Let's hope the third installment will feature baby Edmund. What are your hopes regarding Kate and Anthony and their future? Let us know before we jump into more details about Daphne and Simon's baby.
I suppose that means they are cutting out.
No, we're not cutting
a
out.
chance.
I just want to take this opportunity.
Well, this one is already existing, so we only wonder whether Daphne and Simon's baby will get a little brother or sister in the upcoming episodes. Daphne and Simon's son stole our hearts in the second installment, with viewers worried about one single thing: his father. Sadly, his father was nowhere to be found, and it really didn't make any sense for Simon to leave his family alone, especially during some really important events such as the wedding of Anthony and Kate. Unfortunately, Rege-Jean Page confirmed that he has no plans of returning and reprising his role in any of the upcoming seasons, meaning that it would be hard for the creators to give Daphne and her son more screen time unless they recast the role of Simon or, God forbid, kill off the character. With adorable cheeks and dark brown curly hair, Daphne and Simon's son is one of the cutest characters in the show. During season 2, Daphne reveals Bassett's first name, Augie. In Julia Quinn's The Duke and I, however, the couple's first child is a girl they named Amelia. They then have 2 more daughters, Belinda and Caroline, before welcoming 2 sons, David and Edward. This is one of the biggest changes in Netflix's adaptation so far. In an Instagram Live interview with We Do, Dynevor talked about her experience acting alongside a baby. More precisely, 2 babies. She said that you need to smash that like button if you haven't done it already. Daphne obviously gave birth at the end of season 1, so you'll meet the Bubba in season 2, and it's the prettiest Bubba I've ever seen in my life, she said, further explaining that her baby was about 6 months in the second installment. In order to see Daphne becoming a mother again, we'll need Simon to make an appearance, or 2 at least. Again, what are your hopes for this couple? Let us know before we dive into the story of Colin Bridgerton and Penelope Featherington.
He made you believe that you needed to be without fault in order to be loved, but he was...
Before we dive into more details, you should know that each couple in the Bridgerton series will be given a happily ever after, meaning that at the very end of season 3, we should expect Colin Bridgerton to marry Penelope Featherington. That's how romancing Mr. Bridgerton concludes, at least. Ever since the first season of the series, viewers realized that Penelope was in love with Colin. Sadly, near the end of season 2, Penelope overhears Colin saying he'll never court her. This is the start of their very complicated and intense romantic journey. In the novel, Colin spent some time abroad before he chooses a wife. The two of them are ahead of some really difficult times. When the novel reaches 1824, readers discover that Penelope has been in love with Colin for 12 years, ever since she was 15 years old. She is now 30 and trying to get herself a husband. We know how awful it sounds, but it is what it is. The thing gets worse once she finds out that Colin is coming back to town, ready to get married and all. At first, their friendship is broken because of what Colin said about Penelope, but when she sees Colin's new writing books, she encourages him to continue writing. When a person promises a £1,000 award to the person who uncovers Lady Whistledown's true identity, Colin has a new obsession, discovering the real identity of Lady Whistledown. Ironically enough, Penelope agrees to help him. Just to be clear, her identity is still a secret in romanticizing Mr. Bridgerton.
Are you mad? I would never dream of courting Penelope Featherington, not in your wildest fantasies, Fife.
While involved in this new obsession, Colin spends a lot of time with Penelope, and he realizes that he has feelings for her, which eventually leads to the couple's first kiss. Sadly, Colin is an idiot, and he makes Penelope believe that he only kissed her because he pitied her. A bit later, Lady Twombly, formerly Cressida Cowper, makes a shocking reveal as she claims herself to be Lady Whistledown and takes the £1,000 prize for herself. Colin then goes to apologize to Penelope when he finds out that she is, in fact, Lady Whistledown. They talk and talk and talk before the situation calms down and Colin makes peace with a new discovery. He's now aware that he's in love with Penelope and they're ready to spend their life together. You might think that this is how their story ends. Well, you're wrong. The Lady Whistledown column revealing Lady Twombly's lie comes out a few days before schedule. More precisely, it comes out on the night of Colin and Penelope's engagement party. Believe it or not, this causes a major fight between Colin and Penelope, and their relationship is once again doomed. After Lady Twombly discovers that Penelope is, in fact, Lady Whistledown, she blackmails her, asking for £10,000 to keep her identity a secret. This makes Colin really angry, and he decides to tell the world that his soon-to-be wife is Lady Whistledown at their next social engagement.
I cannot expect you to understand. Not everyone can be a pretty Bridgerton.
But how many kids do they have? Well, according to Netflix, you need to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. No, seriously, the couple welcomes 4 children: Agatha, Thomas, Jane, and George. See you in the next video.